Chris Tyson is Mr. Beast's close friend, and he's been there since Genesis to the Revelation. And there's a good possibility that Chris is not a burden to Mr. Beast. However, I could possibly be reading that incorrectly, but I know Mr. Beast. Okay, I don't know him personally, but judging what Mr. Beast has done throughout the years, you kind of tell that he's not really bothered by this entire situation. However, unfortunately, Chris and Mr. Beast have had to deal with people who know absolutely nothing about the relationship, but yet still have so much to say about the two of them. Here's a little small suggestion. If you have something to say, raise your hand and wait to be called on. Don't worry, Mr. Beast, their hands will get tired. Unless, of course, they use their hand as a kickstand, then we're probably gonna have to wait a little longer. Nonetheless, they're coming after Mr. Beast and Chris Tyson. Don't get me wrong, if you guys want to come after Chris Tyson for the whole father figure issue, because I also had a problem with it as well, but one thing that I highly suggest is to keep it respectful, okay? Because he or she is human, and there seems to be a lot of content creators that are giving their opinions. SunnyV2, for instance, he's given an opinion and currently he's being canceled for it. He ended up posting a video about how Chris is a nightmare to Mr. Beast. You know what's an even worse nightmare? Dreaming about Valkyrie, Belle Delphine, Pokimane, and losing to them at Uno. Calvo's made a video talking about SunnyV2 as well, talking about how his reputation was ruined within 24 hours.
SunnyV2 made a video today titled "Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for Mr. Beast." And let me tell you, these clips you're gonna watch, Sunny just sounds like an absolute moron.
Playback also ended up giving a perspective on the matter. I will say that I think that their perspective was a bit decent. Agent has stated that Chris is a hypocrite. I don't know in what regards. Perhaps it's the tweets that Chris had posted about trans people. Yeah, because some of those tweets about trans people were eye-opening for sure and eyebrow raising. Jamari also talked about the entire issue, and I thought that his perspective was pretty interesting.
So obviously his argument is pretty biased and really based on nothing but tweets, a couple of YouTube comments. It's like this guy Sunny thinks there's absolutely no possibility that Mr. Beast is genuinely just being supportive of a friend who he has known since he was a kid, and that he must just be putting on a nice face to retain his reputation. And look, I normally like Sunny's videos, but him drawing the conclusion that Jimmy either has to disown Chris or his channel is gonna die is just kind of stupid.
He stated that SunnyV2 had developed his opinion from the comment section, which it seems to be the case because even SunnyV2 posted some of the comments that inspired his perspective on the entire matter. But again, if you look closely, you will see that Mr. Beast and Chris have a really close relationship. They've been there since the very beginning. So SunnyV2's argument is kind of weakened by that one fact. Now here's the thing, okay? I don't hate SunnyV2, but I'm just saying, if that video was about me, I'd probably hit the dislike button, because now there's gonna be a lot of hate directed towards Chris, and now Mr. Beast and Chris are both gonna have to deal with the entire backlash of that video. Luckily though, there are commentators that are going around talking about the issue, which is always great. I mean, this is why the commentary community is important. We spoke about tweets earlier, and I kind of want to go ahead and revisit that issue because I didn't know about the tweets until I looked them up, and I have to say, man, those tweets are incredibly charged. Now, if you guys don't know, people have been going into Chris's past, digging up some old tweets, and a lot of the tweets that they found were incredibly edgy. And not just edgy, but completely jumped off the edge, like for realsies. There's a lot of Islamophobia, there was transphobia, there was racism. I mean, you can label any of those tweets in any form, and yeah, it sounds bad. Here's one of the tweets. It's an old ass backward religion that hates anything different and treats women like shit. Why the fuck do people still accept it? Look at all the black people who have never had a steak that's more than $10. Your granny tranny. When you're dating a Latina and she gives you attitude. I let a lady go in front of me waiting for a drink machine and she got the last Mountain Dew. That's why feminism is shit. Now, honestly, it doesn't really bother me, okay? I definitely represent a couple of those groups and it doesn't really bother me. However, I can only speak for myself and a part of the people I represent. I can't really speak for everyone, and that's okay because not every joke is for everyone. And I understand there's jokes that offend people, and that's fine. If you're offended by it, more power to you. But if I'm honest with myself and with you guys, I have to say that I just kind of wish we could just go back to a time where we weren't so offended about every little thing. Otherwise, we wouldn't have great moments like Content Cop or any other piece of media where a content creator is being roasted. So what does this mean for Mr. Beast? Honestly, I just don't know, because I don't know how much more Mr. Beast can take any of this stuff. I mean, you are a social figure, so you're gonna have to deal with a lot of cancellations, but it seems to me that hating Mr. Beast is becoming the new trend. Hey, but I just want to go ahead and just drop this little idea, okay? What if Mr. Beast ended up planning this entire thing? He planned to get canceled, because think about it. It's a video idea that he could be working on for 3 years. Most ridiculous reason to cancel Mr. Beast wins $1 million. Just imagine, bro, that would be such a legendary move. I would name my child Mr. Beast with the abbreviated honorific included, because there has been so many cancellations and so many of them are ridiculous. Identifying as a tank, upset because he didn't donate the Squid Game money, eating a $70,000 pizza, eating $100,000 ice cream, curing the blind, for not being vegan, donating 20,000 pairs of shoes to South African students, for not including non-binary folks in the boy versus girl video, being friends with Tyson. He even canceled himself, apparently. I'm telling you guys, this guy has been canceled more times than a Netflix subscription. Honestly, this mess is kind of stupid to me. Bring back a time when we weren't so offended about everything. SunnyV2's perspective was egregiously underdeveloped. And just leave Tyson alone, man. Like, I mean, those tweets were from the past. You know, you do grow as a person, but I mean, only time will tell, you know. And if he is racist or prejudiced, I mean, it's going to show. It's going to show. I don't feel like there is any racism going on or any transphobia going on, at least at this particular moment. This is all in the past. But I mean, if he does end up coming out and he admits to it, then I mean, you know, fair game, I guess. That's all I have for you guys. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned something today.